Other comments or questions?
Beth Kepler, 504 Central Avenue, here in Bradley. I'm serving the town with Torts 9 and 10 tonight. There's copies for members absent. It should be in order if you could
Okay,
just
thank you.
pass it to them. I'll give you this. Thank you. I'm serving the borough with the Tort claim 9 and 10. What I've uncovered while researching what's been hidden for 8 years under Mayors Engelstad and Fox administration is alarming. Let's rewind. Last year, Fox sat right here and told us the borough had approximately 26 bank accounts. The 22 audit flagged that our bank accounts weren't reconciled monthly. I open requested the list, and what I got was a 3-page list from the CFO titled Cash Reconciliation, December 31st, 2023. It showed not 26 accounts, but 53, double what we were told, across 3 banks totaling $10.7 million. So I offered a detailed list of what each bank account was used for. The response, the borough doesn't maintain a list. No list for 53 bank accounts. I pushed further, requested to review the financial ledgers at Borough Hall supervised. Mr. Cannon denied my request, claiming Oprah doesn't allow citizens to inspect the finance office. Except I didn't ask to rummage through desks or filing cabinets. I asked to examine the ledgers and finance records. The Citizen's Guide to Oprah is crystal clear. Those are public documents and should be immediately accessible for inspection. Then there's the construction permits and fair share housing, trust accounts, and missing fees. I also requested new build permits from 2017 to 24 to calculate what should have been collected in fees for fair share housing. The response, we don't maintain a list. You have to request a specific address, no tally permits, no record of growth. For the last 8 years, they couldn't grab a $1 notebook from the dollar store and jot down an address, date, and permit number and add it up at the end of each month to get a yearly total. It's not hard unless you don't want to track it. A borough that can't report its own development statistics, that's not incompetence, that's shady. I am of the belief that the fees were collected but not deposited into the borough's coffers. Just think about it. Every new build, every renovation, that's literally hundreds of projects over 8 years. Just one example, a building on Main Street had a 3.5 million renovation at 2.5%. That should have been $87,500 in our account. And that's just one project. Why do I believe this? Because I discovered that the borough went through the complex process of passing ordinances, resolutions, and paying to have a housing element and fair share plan prepared for the borough planning board by a professional planner. The document was signed and sealed in September of 2016 in accordance with the State Board of Professional Planners. And all that was left to do was open the trust account and start collecting the fees according to our state's obligation and consistent with and in compliance with borough ordinances. But for 8 years, not one construction official, attorney, CFO, business administrator, or clerk questioned why we weren't collecting these fees to the tune of millions of dollars. There must be an investigation to determine if there were secret deals made under the table, if they took less money in exchange for collecting the whole fee and pocketed the cash themselves. Oh, and one more thing. I over-requested emails between Fox, DeMarco, and Fehrenbach about T&M drafting the RFP for the church demolition, as Cannon and Costas revealed on January 21st in their private conversation tied to Tort 7. The reply, too many emails. They need a 37-day extension for Cannon to review and redact. Redact what? These aren't state secrets, they're public records about a demolition. Unless there's something to hide, there is more. This is a move right out of Bernstein's playbook. I've got a news flash for Mr. Cannon. When the authorities come knocking, redactions won't be an option. So here we are, hundreds of thousands of dollars unaccounted for during Fox's tenure. 53 mystery bank accounts the borough hasn't reconciled, still no 23 audit, COVID money still unaccounted for, no construction permits, no fair share housing fees collected for 8 years, estimated to be $2 million, a 37-day extension of an Oprah request for emails with redactions decided upon by one of the remaining Fox administration officials who implicated himself in one of Fox's many criminal acts. This isn't mismanagement, it's a disturbing pattern of criminal behavior and it's too big to be dismissed. There's a motive, means, and opportunity and overwhelming evidence to support probable cause. This didn't happen in a vacuum. It spanned 8 years and 2 mayors. I'm demanding answers. I've involved the authorities who are actively investigating these irregularities. I forwarded them evidence, including evasive responses I've received regarding my open requests, attempting to get to the bottoms of these issues. As things continue to be uncovered, it appears I was correct when I said that I believe that there was a criminal network operating within our borough, that there was racketeering, embezzlement, and RICO crimes being committed. However, it appears to have started well before Larry Fox, and some of the co-conspirators are still employed by the borough, but hopefully not for much longer.